My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. Neither. The fox, rather. Hiding, in a word. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, what I have to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it, refinement. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes.
Come.
There, middle of somewhere. The house of hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last. Are you not entertained? Well, far be it from me to disappoint. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain. My, aren't you a nervous one? I assure you I'm here to help, not harm. Come now, why play hard to get when you're in deep over your tadpoled head? Yes, I like it when my clients put up a fight, only to realize victory was never an option. Try to cure yourself, shop around, beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease. I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice, juicy brain. Ah, yes, the tongue. Yet another piece of pleasurable anatomy you'll soon have to do without. One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out. The Thescan move suggestion was inspired. I had no idea you played. Don't I? Indeed. But don't you worry about Moll. It goes without saying she still has the unconditional freedom to choose the only option she has left. But be more careful who you listen to. Retreat begets regret. Always.
Besides, I do enjoy being in this neighborhood again. It has such a rich history of abject tragedy. And tragedy, my friend, well, there's my bread and bloody butter. But enough about my lesser pursuits. Why bother with trifles when I'm in the illustrious presence of my very favorite client? Tell me, oh apple of my eye, how have you been? You don't have any gills to get green around yet, but you do look a little worse for wear in this light. But at least I can't say I'm not entertained. In fact, I'm quite confident you still have a few good days in you yet. Precious time to practice begging for my help with your bare knees in the dirt. I really am at my magnanimous best when people make an effort. Splendid. And yet, I have this picture in my head of you tossing and turning in the middle of the night, thinking strange things, dreaming strange dreams. And there's this little voice inside of you asking, is this my will, or is it the worm's? But you have no answer, and no way of knowing. The good thing is, though, there's only one little voice you really should listen to. Mine. A proposal? If you're hoping to taste my blood, little vampling, think again. It burns hotter than wyvern whiskey. Really? I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead. My dear friend, I think you'll find I play my part in many a plot indeed. Cannot the same be said for you these days, true soul? Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot. Have it in you to author a thrilling finale if you heed this warning. Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, strike true, defy the odds, for they are distinctly in its favor. That much I owe the bastard to concede. Here I am, Yurgir, tongue and all, precisely on time for a lesson in semantics. Devil's in the details, you see? And the details are in the fine print. Do you know what happens when a devil is struck down on this charming plane of existence? He thought I would dismember him. But he has his uses. So instead, I am re-educating him. We're about to unveil your destiny. You should be quivering in anticipation. The arousals and appetites of man will return to him. And that, my tragic and toothsome friend, is that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have business elsewhere. I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. Oh, come, it's the reason you're in this predicament. And I'm your only way out of it. Indulge me. And at least hear me out. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. Such an eager little pup. Surely you realize there is an exchange to be made. You scratch my back, I scratch your parasite. Power, ancient and full of wonder. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged, but only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. Very perceptive. Yes. I really do think highly of yourself. My sights are set on something much more valuable than your soul. Succulent though it would be. You're too kind and extremely insightful. Oh, I'm sorry, you were serious? I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies. Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
Time slows for a moment, and the air becomes thicker. The master of the house is coming.
You. There are many things in your world that I loathe. Litters of kittens, chattering children, the noise and the chaos of it all. In my world, in my house, there is order and there is decorum. You came here uninvited and you stole from me. In doing so, you brought the chaos of your world into mine. I will not abide it. This insolence has earned you centuries more. Carilla, tell our unwelcome guest about your role in their tragic downfall. It's the fatal flaw of mortal kind. Take away their free will and they call you a tyrant. Allow them to indulge it and they become tyrants. You would have been heroes if you'd only dealt fairly with me. Instead, you're not so different to doomed Carsus, overreaching your limits and burning your world to ash. It's this charming naivety that makes your company such a joy to me, Hope. I'll even forgive this little rebellion once you're suitably chastised. Then Hope dies today. Commander, you can salvage a trophy from these insects when I'm done with them. You mistake efficiency and strategy for cowardice. It will be your last mistake. If you have any last words, make it quick. It will only take a moment to finish you. As do I, little mouse. Your flesh, my supper. Your blood, my wine. Your soul, my plaything. Hope. It always burns you in the end, little mouse. No words? No matter. You will scream before the end, little mouse. Now, down comes the